I was an ordinary girl from Nazareth. It's a small town, and not much ever happens here. I have sisters, a mum, and a dad. And back then, my mother was teaching me everything she knew before I left home to start my own household. I was to be married to a man named Joseph. The day it all began was a normal day. I was sitting in the courtyard chopping vegetables. Unusually, I was alone. Dad was at the temple and Mum was at the market with my sisters. It was a warm day and I was enjoying the sunshine before it became too hot.
Mary!
Where on earth did you come from? The gates are barred. How did you get in? Who are you?
Don't be afraid, I have a message for you.
From Joseph?
No, from God. He is with you.
Why would God want to speak with me? I'm just an ordinary girl.
Actually, God thinks the world of you, and you're going to have a baby.
I know. I'm to be married to Joseph. We hope to have lots of children.
No, this baby's father will be God. You will name him Jesus, and what he begins will never end. If you don't believe me, go and visit your cousin Elizabeth.
I do believe you. God is able to do anything he wants, and I will do anything he asks. But I don't want to visit poor Elizabeth if I'm pregnant. She's been trying to have a child all her life, and now she's too old.
Actually, she's 6 months pregnant.
That's wonderful news. Who's the father?
Zechariah, her husband, and he has been visited by an angel to announce the birth. So it's all part of the plan.
I was an ordinary girl from an ordinary town, but something extraordinary was happening. So I did just as the angel suggested. I went off to visit my cousin Elizabeth.
Mary! How wonderful to see you. Can you believe it? Me pregnant at my age. Oh, and my baby leapt with delight when I saw you.
It's wonderful news. You and Zechariah must be so happy.
We are so excited.
Is he home?
He is. Do you know, since God told us about having the baby, Zechariah's not been able to speak a single word. Not one single word. It's been lovely and quiet at home, I must say. He thinks it's because he didn't believe God's angel when he was first told about it in the temple. You're pregnant too.
Yes, I was visited in the garden by an angel. This is God's child.
Oh, Mary, bless you. That's amazing news. But what does Joseph feel about it? And your parents? You must have had some very difficult moments. Did you believe the angel when you were first told? So many questions. Come and tell me all about it.
With hindsight, it's easy to see what was happening. But at the time, all I could do was trust that God would take care of me and the child. Because a lot of things after that angel's visit were scary and strange. Firstly, when I told Joseph, naturally, he didn't believe me. It did sound far-fetched. I was telling him that I'd been told by the angel Gabriel that I was going to have God's child. Joseph kept asking where he came from, this Gabriel, and I just kept saying he was an angel. Joseph simply didn't understand. He was so upset and angry. I cried until my eyes were sore. My parents were bewildered and didn't know what to do. But Joseph, he was a good man. So, despite not believing a word that I'd said, he decided not to drag me in front of the authorities. Then, my mother cried a lot too. Not just because she was worried that I was going to be stoned, but because the whole village would be ashamed of me. Thank goodness that God put Joseph in the picture. But even after the angel visited, he was still in shock. I think it changed how he saw me, how we were together. Everything was different. But joy and comfort returned when I went to see my cousin Elizabeth. That was a really good idea. Spending 3 months with her meant the world to me. And from then on, I knew that God would take care of everything, that there was a plan, despite everything that everyone was thinking.